And start. Hey, everybody. This is Stacy from Red Sleigh Workshop. Welcome to Slay the Season Live. And if you don't know me, my name is Stacy Jordan, and I'm the founder of Red Sleigh Workshop. What we do at Red Sleigh Workshop is we train Christmas installers and lighting companies, and we help holiday businesses grow bigger and smarter and more profitable. And we're joined today with our friend Shane Duffy from Geeks. If you're watching live on Facebook, please let us know where you're watching from, and if you have any comments, put them in the comments there on Facebook. We have somebody monitoring that. It's not going to be me, but Miss Whitney's behind the scenes monitoring the Facebook chats. And usually I have my partner Patrick here with me, but unfortunately he's a little under the weather, so he's not able to make it today. It's too bad for Shane because that would have been a great little duo right there to see how they interacted with each other. We may have to come back when he's feeling better and do another one, Shane. So I may bring you back on here in a couple days if that's possible after the trade show. But if you're watching the replay, drop a comment still. We're going to check those later and we'll respond to your questions then. And then if you have any questions during the show, please feel free to interact. That's what we're here to do, to help answer any questions. And we'll try to get to as many as we can and get back to you with that. So today we're going to talk about something that most installers are really curious about. They're asking, how to turn lighting into high profit services. How do you use lighting? What do you do? And we have Shane Duffy, the founder of Geeks. He's based in San Antonio. What he does with his teams, he specializes in lighting, landscape lighting, permanent lighting, and he's built a business that shows how lighting can become a serious revenue stream. So Shane, welcome to the show. If you can tell us a little about yourself and your background with Geeks, we'll just go ahead and get started and jump right into that.
What's up, Stace? So
Hey.
sure. I mean, my background, right, is Glow Geeks. We're really known for landscape lighting. But funny enough, like we started off doing Christmas lights. So it was like Christmas lights, and we started with We Hang Christmas Lights, and Josh kind of trained me and got me in, and I did Christmas lights the first season. It's like, man, I love lighting. And then the second year, we got downtown San Antonio is like one of our clients. We were way
Nice.
out of our element. We got this huge ticket.
Wait, that was the second year?
That was our second year.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Trial
think
by
we did like
fire. Jump in.
80, I think we did like 80 grand of revenue or something our first year. And then our second year, like it was over 80 grand just downtown San Antonio. So we were definitely out of our element. But that's where it helped kind of having that licenseship. So like we didn't look so new. So having the
Right.
licensee seat for We Hang Christmas Lights was really big for us back then. So we landed that, and then I decided, man, I want to do lighting year round. We had an HOA client for Christmas lights ask us, hey, do you guys do landscape lights? We want to light up this bridge. So we were like, naturally, like any entrepreneur, yeah, of course, we do landscape lights. We're the best at it. So I sold the job, drove to Dallas to get trained on some landscape lights, and then installed them. And that was like, okay, that was kind of like an aha moment. I think I can do this year round, keep all of our good Christmas light guys busy all year round. So we kind of fiddle faddled with that for a while until we met Nate Mullen, who's kind of the godfather of low voltage lighting. If y'all know me, you probably know Nate. And
Wait, what
Nate
is
taught
Nate's
me
nickname though?
Nate the Illuminator,
The
the
Illuminator.
Illuminator.
Okay.
Yes, Nate is the Wizard of Lighting, the Illuminator, the original OG, and he taught me everything. And it's funny how I even met him, but he taught me everything I know about design and install, like that we talk today. So pre-Nate, we were probably just like any other guy out there sticking lights in the ground with no real concept of design and really how to get lights in difficult places. And then we later on started the lighting trade school where I partner with Nate and Captain Matt, and we talk about, design and install all across the nation to, folks that are in our circle.
That's great. Great. So we saw
Does
your
that
friend
answer your
walking behind you back there, Jackson. Welcome to the show, Jackson. Everyone who's here, say hi to Jackson. So, a lot of people watching are actually Christmas light installers, or they're just getting into the industry in Christmas lighting. So, what do you think switched for you? You said that you got a huge job the second season, and you had that backing of the We Hang Christmas Lights label, right, with the affiliate tag, so you looked bigger than you really were. What do you think the best opportunity today for, because you've been doing this a while, so for someone today who's trying to level up, what would you recommend for them? Like, what's a good opportunity for them?
So it's a good question because Christmas lights back in 2018 or so when we were brand new, there was not quite as much competition, right? There's hundreds more of people that install Christmas lights in our area now than there was then. So I'd say if you're asking, like, I think permanent roofline lights, super trendy. Everyone's
Mhm.
looking for that. Customers are looking. I think that's kind of low-hanging fruit. If you guys don't do that yet, you should certainly look into that. And then landscape lighting. And I kind of feel like Christmas lighting was where everyone was wanting to get into Christmas lighting. Everyone's kind of wanting to get into landscape lighting now. So I feel like that'll be a really saturated market in 5 years. And for those that really take the time to learn now and position themselves as like a leader in their market, I think will pay dividends, come 5 years from now.
Right. So with the landscape lighting, what part of it makes it really profitable for business owners?
So landscape lighting, the tickets are bigger, right? A lot of people that the sort of Christmas lights just came from window cleaning or power washing or pest control or lawn service, whatever. And there's just not big tickets. And landscape lighting, well, I mean, like for instance, I literally just before I got on here sold a $20,000 job literally just minutes before. So
Good
like when
job.
you get those kind of tickets and you're on site, well, we can knock that out in 2, 3 days. That's a very, very profitable job.
Right. So for you, what's a typical project size for you? For you now?
So pre-Nate, right, is much different than post-Nate. And as you
Okay,
kind of get
let's talk
to,
pre-Nate first, then we'll do post-Nate.
so pre-Nate, I think it was common just 10, 15 lights was relatively like normal, like a $3,000 to $7,000 job might have been normal. It probably is for a lot of you guys out there. Once we start learning design and sales and presentation and educating the client, that, hey, more lights equals less light, highlighting different architectural features of the home, you just naturally end up selling more and more lights. So now
Right.
I would say our average ticket is probably more, I don't know, the 10 to 15,000 range.
Okay. That's good. That's
And if
great.
I was to average it out, and it's not uncommon to get these 20,000 type jobs. As a matter of fact, we have two coming up just this week. And if you're in a really rich area, I mean, San Antonio is not exactly like billionaire rich, right? But
It's
like if
not, but
you
there's some
get,
high-end areas there. Yeah.
there's definitely high-end areas here, right? But I mean, Florida, California, and some other areas, like we have a Glow Geeks location in uh Phoenix area, Scottsdale, super,
Okay.
super rich area. We also have one in San Diego, super, super rich area.
Yep.
We have one in Denver, super, super rich area. People have second homes there. People don't have second homes in San Antonio. Unless you live in Mexico. I mean, maybe then you come across.
That's a different story.
Right. So yeah,
So,
bigger tickets. We like to
mhm.
say like a kind of a motto is one crew, one truck, 1 million. So you can literally with a two-man crew in one truck easily make $1 million top line revenue in a year. Super, super simple. And I can break down that math.
With landscape lighting.
That's why we like landscape lighting.
Okay. That's great. Yeah, that's wonderful. I love that. So, you said that you have a class, right? At the landscape,
We do.
what is it called?
So the lighting trade school. We also have a
Lighting trade
podcast,
school.
lighting trade school.
Okay, lighting trade school. So if someone wanted to get that breakdown from you, they could go to a website for that.
Go to lightingtradeschool.com. Yep. Check
Perfect.
out our podcast.
Okay.
Or follow me on social media, Instagram, Glow Show Shane, or Facebook. We post and talk lights all the time.
Glow Show Shane.
Glow Show Shane.
I
Stick.
love it. Glow Show Shane. That's the best. So let's get back to this conversation. We're going to give you some more shout outs for where they can find you later, but I just wanted to talk about that real quick before I forget about your I seem to give a lot of things going on. So I don't want to like miss out on those. Our viewers can understand what all the things you have going on. So for installers trying to add on lighting services like landscape lighting, what would you say a big mistake that they make is? Like what have you seen as a mistake?
I think just like the same advice I'd give to someone getting into Christmas lights or trying to get into commercial lights, like get trained. So when you try to get in there, anyone can twist wires together and like put lights in the ground. But getting trained and understanding design and presentation and creating that lighting experience for the client. I think if you just invested a little time and energy into learning that, you could, become the best in your market in a very, very short period of time.
Right.
Take my market. I
Def-
mean, there's guys that have been doing this for decades, way, way, way longer than me. Probably as long as I am old, they've been doing it. And we run circles around them because we are literally 10 times better as a direct result of spending time around Nate and what I'm recommending you guys do.
That's great. Awesome. So definitely invest in the training so you know exactly what you're doing. That's what I say too. That's what Red Sleigh Workshop's here to do. We train holiday light installers to move into that commercial space. So that's part of what I do. And because I've been in the commercial Christmas industry for 23 years now. So as
Ever.
it's a long time.
Right.
And I started when I was 5. So no, it's been a long time. And it's we were talking before the show about kids. My daughters are 27 and 25 now. So they were like 3 and whatever the math is, 4. They're young when I started doing this. So, time went by super fast. But when we're here, it's especially in the Christmas seasons, they come. They're coming whether we like it or not, right? And we're already going to be in April here pretty soon, right? So if people aren't like leveling up to get to that level now, they're missing out on all of the bids that are coming out right now because that's
But
when
we're
a
already
lot of the
quoting
commercial bids are
HOAs and
big.
everything, and
Mhm.
even I feel like behind the mark. Like there's got to be more municipalities and bigger contracts I'm not reaching out to
They're
rather
out
than
there.
HOAs. They're out there already.
They're out
Get
there
ready, guys.
already. Yeah. So a quick shout out if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and say hello to us and put some questions in the chat. We have Whitney monitoring it, so if anyone's actually watching live, feel free to come in and say something, and Whitney will respond and give us your questions live if you have anything that you're interested in asking myself or asking Shane. We're happy to help you. So, um, let's segue real quick into money. You were talking about you could break down that $1 million for people. Like I love to hear that. That's the buzzword, right? How do we make $1 million in landscape lighting with one truck and one crew, right? So how should they think about it about pricing lighting projects so they make money?
Yeah, so I mean that is really so simple when you break it down. My two guys, my two lead installers, Randy and Gavin. If you follow me, like you meet them because we make goofy videos and stuff. Like Gavin, I call him Gavin the Great, and Randy, we call him Sexy Face Randall. But yeah, they are great and they caught on quick. They know what they're doing. I've taken them to several trainings. They've been around me. Like they know their stuff so they can move fast. So these numbers are kind of built around them. Those two guys could easily install 5 to 10 grand a day. And I
Okay.
know that's a big range. 5 grand is a really easy day for them. 10 grand would maybe be like a really long day. But 5 to 10 grand a day. And if you want to get to a million, you only need $5,000 a day, 4 days a week, right? That's $8,000 a week. Maybe the fifth day is for touch ups or smaller maintenance type jobs or quotes, or maybe you're just not busy enough. Maybe it was a weather day, but 8 grand, I'm sorry, 5,000 times 4 days a week, that's 20 grand times 4 weeks, right? That's $80,000 a month times 12, we're at 960,000. So I mean that's basically $1 million off of $5,000 a day, 4 days a week. I'm gonna throw Jackson out of this room. This is what it's like to have an autistic kiddo. He just doesn't understand. He's just floating around. I don't know who's watching him here at the moment.
Well, but we have some viewers. We have a few people watching us on Facebook Live. We have a couple people commenting about us in general. Nothing about Jackson though, but I mean, I love to see him in the back of your video because I have a son too. He's just turned 14, but my son has a condition as well called Holt-Oram syndrome. It's different. It's a physical issue where he has a heart condition, a pacemaker. He was born with 9 fingers instead of 10. He has a collarbone that's shorter. He can't rotate his arm. He has all these physical abnormalities, and he had to have open heart surgery when he was 4 months old, and a pacemaker put in when he was under 2. So it's been a very long process with him. So I feel you with having a child with that's different, right? And it causes different challenges in life to have have a child like that, but I love it. I love to see Jackson back there. Makes me
Appreciate it.
happy. But yeah, so all right, so we have Leo on here. What did he say? You know Leo Velasco. He's
Of
on
course,
Facebook.
environmental Leo.
Yep, saying that he's looking forward to seeing us at Trans World. So yes, we'll see you there, Leo.
Yeah,
And
so Trans World, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, that'll
yep,
be, I think you and I are in somewhat of the same circles or speaking on something
yep.
there as well. That'll be fun.
Yeah, our booth is across from yours. I'm going to be looking at you across the, oh, hey, it's nighttime. It's a party. Our booth is across from yours. So we're all around the installer hub area. Red Sleigh Workshop is here, and then your booth is like across the way. So we'll see you. We'll be able to
Awesome.
like,
So we'll be
we'll be right there.
get out of here. All right.
Aw. All right. So it does the way that you put that as far as like the money goes, it definitely makes sense. And I love doing that. I love like saying, okay, let's work backwards to it. And just thinking about that, if you were to get because your average ticket's now 20,000. So instead of doing, all those $5,000 jobs or $4,000 jobs, if you get a couple of those bigger jobs, then there's your month, right? There's your goal for your month you've hit much
So
faster
much
when you're getting
easier.
those larger jobs, right? And
Right.
you just get there quicker. Yeah.
We
So
had
that's exciting.
our, I guess, a tip because I never thought anyone would actually do this, but one of those $20,000 jobs, super amazing property, right? The guy's a retired doctor, very, very, very affluent, successful. And we signed up with WiseTat because they sync with Jobber. And
Hmm.
they have like at the bottom of every single proposal, like, pay $500 a month for however long, whatever, right? It's financing. 3 months, same as cash. And that guy took it. And I was shocked that anyone would ever actually want to finance lights. But maybe they want it now. Maybe they have to switch some money over, sell something off. And he took it. He was the first one that ever took that for landscape lighting because we just signed up. So
Hmm.
it was a cool little tip. It's just something that differentiates us from anyone else, that may have been quoting him. We offer financing.
That's great. Yeah, I've heard that works really well, especially when you're dealing with the residential market. Because people, as we know in the home service industry, they buy based on their feelings, right? They need it, they like you, they love it, they want to get it done. And especially if you're doing like architectural lighting, landscape lighting, that's a whole different, and Holly lighting's a whole different thing than when you're working with a commercial company, right? A commercial company's probably not going to finance that through us, but or through you, right? They have their own thing going on. So that's great.
Right.
That helps a lot. And so when we're talking about people getting into landscape lighting, what would be the first three things you would tell them to do when they're scaling? Like the first three things they should look at.
So learning design. So when we start teaching folks, it always starts like with design. You have to know like the fundamentals of design, just how lighting works, how to create contrast, which means how to create depth, how to light this tree up, the way, how to create shadows on purpose, how not to front light everything, how to reveal textures and define the
Mm,
perimeter of the yard, understanding viewing angles. And, it just, if you understand all of that and kind of the basic concepts of design, well, that automatically starts separating you from anyone else. Right. And
makes
then
sense.
next, well, I guess you have to kind of learn how to install it, right? You have to learn how to get wire across a sidewalk, a driveway, or learn conduit or drilling through, concrete, wood, core drilling. You have to kind of know the basics of your tools. And then last, like once you kind of have those two down, I mean, you really just need to start perfecting your pitch and that lighting experience. What separates you? One thing we talk about doing a lot for Glow Geeks is doing a glow show. I
Okay.
call it a glow show. Other people call it a demo, but like glow show, right? And that's
Glow
kind of
show's
what we
way more
do.
fun.
It's way more fun, and it
Way
kind of
more
goes
fun.
with our, nerdy persona, right? So we tell the customers, we're gonna come set up a glow show. We're gonna take battery powered versions of our lights. We're gonna put real lights in real places. We're gonna show you exactly what it is I'm proposing before we make anything permanent. It's gonna give you the opportunity, right? We can subtract some lights, add some lights. You can see what that plant looks like over there, lit or not lit, and then we move forward to install. And they absolutely love that. I mean, it
Right.
blows their mind because we come up and we set up, on these bigger jobs, 50 to 100 lights, and we totally transform their property.
That's great.
That's what separates us.
That's awesome. So you guys have done so I mean, what's like how many jobs did you do last year? Do you have a number of how many projects you did? Everyone
I
always wants to know that.
do not have that number, but I mean, it would be in the hundreds,
Over 100.
over
That's good
100.
enough. That's good enough. And you also do permanent lighting, right? We talked about that briefly. Of course, landscape lighting, you could probably talk for the next 5 hours about all of that. But let's talk about something that people are really that are asking about a lot lately is that permanent lighting. So do you
Mhm.
offer that as well?
We do. Yeah.
Okay.
So permanent lighting, just because it's trendy, we've been offering that, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years or something, for a while, probably since 2019 or 2020.
Hmm.
So we've seen different products. We've tried a bunch of different ones, downward facing, outward facing.
Yep.
We
That's all the
also,
language you hear all the time.
right, the great
Maybe
debate.
break that down real quick. Let's just talk about that real quick. What is the difference between downward facing, outward facing? Like, what does that mean for people who are getting into it?
So downward facing has, to me, right, the cool look of washing a home. You can see the colors chasing on the home. Works particularly well if the home is a light color, like white or something like that. Looks really, really good, has that unique effect. Pointing out, though, has that unique effect where it could be seen from further away. It's more like Christmas lights kind of pointing out. So some of our larger commercial jobs, we've done more pointing out because it just kind of matches that building. Or they don't have a soffit, so you don't really have a choice so much to make them point down.
That makes
Unless you
sense.
kind of get a track and then it looks kind of dumb. So yeah, pointing out, pointing down. I think I used to dislike pointing down, but it's kind of grown on me. It has a cool look.
Do you have a your own product line that you carry, or is there one that you recommend?
No, I don't. We've considered kind of doing that. Just we have 6 or 7 Glow Geeks locations, and it would be kind of neat to bring that savings in-house to everybody. I don't currently. Omni is our favorite one to install. It's pretty much our go-to. And we
Okay.
started installing Omni when we did a large project in East Dallas. We used the Omni bistros. We broke a world record, right? We put 14,000 feet of bistro lights in an X pattern over Main Street, about a mile of lights. Well, a few miles of lights over about a mile length of lights. Super epic job. And
Is
we
it
just
up right
kind of
now?
fell in love with Omni. Oh yeah,
Okay. And what city is that?
Rowlett, Texas, which is just
Rowlett,
east of
Texas.
Dallas.
I'll be up in Dallas here pretty soon, so I'll make sure I drive through there at night to check it
Oh,
out.
you should. It's
Yeah.
super awesome.
If anybody's out there in Rowlett, shout out to Glow Geeks for putting that project up. That's great. Yeah, that's amazing. And you probably have videos of that somewhere on your website or something, right? People can check out what that
All
project looks
over.
like
Yeah.
all
I
over
was
the
just
place.
making another video last night because we got some cool drone footage in a couple weeks ago. But yeah, if you look at Glow Geeks Facebook or Shane, it's on there.
Okay, great. That's cool.
I'll send you a video or some pictures. It's really badass.
Awesome. So what's the so we talked about Omni, that's great. What does Omni have both ability to have a track, no track, lights out, down? Like does that product provide all those different options for permanent
So I think
lighting?
really any lights you can point outwards or point downwards if the architecture of the home makes sense to do that, right? You just put it in the track. Everlights or Inception is more meant to be outward facing more so than downward facing. And I think
Okay,
Omni is more meant to be downward facing. So I think if you take any of those and you do what they're not meant to do, it's just not the perfect fit for that job.
that
Like
makes
I
sense.
like Inception a lot, lighting a lot for our larger commercial jobs, like when we're doing municipality or Chick-fil-A or something like that. I
Hmm.
like Inception. It's an easy install. It's 24 volts. It points outwards where there's no soffit, so it makes sense for us. I
So
like
you would
Omni
use
more.
multiple product lines. You don't just stick with one.
We do.
Okay, great. Yeah, us too. That's I mean that's why I like having this conversation because people sometimes think, well, don't you just use that only that one product? And no, there's a lot of vendors that have products that can be used based on the project. So some projects require different types of products and different features that aren't available with every product. So,
100%. Some
yeah.
commercial products, right? You just want to use Bluetooth only. So you got to have a product that's like Bluetooth only because you don't want to hook into their internet. So there's, yeah, also, if you have to go 600 feet, well, I want something that doesn't need a power injection every 50 to 75 feet.
Yes. No one really wants to do that.
No, I wish
No.
everyone would just go to like 36 volts or something a little higher for permanent roofline lighting and just get rid of the power injections.
If only. So, where do you see the market going with permanent lights over the next couple of years?
So I mean, I feel like it's saturated now. If you go to like Salt Lake City, the mega hub where permanent lights kind of started, where all these, jellyfish trim lights, I think they're all pretty much from around Salt Lake City. I'm probably messing that up. I think one of them's from Canada. But like the five of the major brands came out of Salt Lake. And if you go
Right.
visit there, I mean, no joke, I think it's like one out of every five homes has permanent lights. So like I
Yes.
can see that trend continuing to where it feels like that in every city.
Right.
And I dislike them on million-dollar homes. I'll just say that. I think it's more of like a great product for middle class homes, but I think landscape lights really does look so much better every night of the year. I just think the permanent roofline lights are fun for holidays or events.
Right. It wouldn't be a daily thing if you have a multi-million dollar
No, but you go into
home.
those
Yeah.
neighborhoods and you see them on daily. Like, and every home has them, and they try to make it look cool with the little lights, when blacked out, and it just doesn't look cool.
I understand. So with your projects, you've been doing this now, you said since 2018. And
hmm
so which lighting project you talked about Rolette, but which one are you most proud of? Like what's your most exciting project that you've worked on for you?
So there's been some pretty epic, like magazine worthy, jobs that we've done that I could rattle off. And if you ever, were on our Facebook page, you'd probably see pictures of those because we're super, super proud of them. The Rowlett one, though, has that worldwide exposure because it really was a world record for, that many RGB lights. So, I mean, that one we're pretty well known for.
Okay. And would you say that that was the most challenging installation you've had so far, or were there ones that were more difficult than that?
It was 100% challenging. Yeah. It was
It
probably
wasn't
too
just easy. There wasn't just
challenging.
like the
Yeah.
fairy that came in and magic done.
We
Everything
could
was
we can
lit.
have a whole podcast and I can tell you exactly what not to do, with a big project and all the challenges that we had to overcome. But you have to have a power injection, right? Like every 100 feet. Well, how do you do that when you're on a city sidewalk and there's zero outlets? It's like trying to figure all that out and running guide wire, 100, 150-foot links, putting up poles, which was more of a construction type project, which we
Hmm.
were not construction guys, we're lighting guys. So like that was a whole ordeal getting 100+ poles put up and erected and anchored. So yeah, we
Wow.
we learned a
That's a whole
lot.
undertaking, whole different. That's not the business you're in.
Right. So I think it's also like an entrepreneur where I say sometimes, we just we say we can do things. It's like jumping out of an airplane and building a parachute on the way down. Like we'll sell it and we'll just kind of figure it out as we go. And we
Right. I'm going to go to your website right now. Let's see. You said Glow Geeks beginning. All right.
so,
So just to give you an idea, a lot of people that I work with and going through their initial consulting with me, we talk about branding a lot. We had a whole podcast with them and a whole session with Mr. Pipeline and talking about branding a few
Mhm.
like last week. And so your site is actually really branded really well. Let me go to it real quick.
So yeah, Big John, read his book, Ring the Bell, John Majek.
Yes,
He's
uh-huh.
pretty
He's actually going to be
amazing.
at Transworld too.
This
Yeah,
our
he's
branding
speaking.
was done by Prolific, another well-known, brand in kind of our home services industry. And they created the brand. But branding, like you said, well, branding is important. Colors are important, your logos are important, the continuity of that across websites important.
Yeah, so look at all these amazing features that you offer for folks in San Antonio area. Your Glow Geeks, you say you have this location in San Antonio and you have eight other locations or seven. I don't remember what you said.
Correct.
I'm sorry. Oh, here they
So
are.
yep.
Awesome. can find them everywhere. And then if somebody's watching and thinks, well, I think Shane is amazing, I want to really work with him further, um, should they go here to
Yeah, so if you check
glowgeeksgang.com?
out Glow Geeks Gang, if you're like, yeah, like I dig that guy's vibe. I like the cut of his jib. There was a really cool project right
They're going
there
to
for
say
that
that for sure.
picture. Then yeah, check out Glow Geeks Gang. We try to at some point, right? I'm gonna raise the prices and everything on that, but right now we offer three different ways to kind of join the Glow Geeks ecosphere. We call it the total bag. There's the builder authority and goat. So like for as little as 750 bucks, right? You rep our brand, you get a website on our website, glowgeeks.com/Boise. You get our full resource vault. You get coaching twice a week, group coaching. You get our territory protection framework. You can clone our CRM and do things the exact way we've done and spent hundreds of hours getting to that point. And then you get into kind of where we'll start doing the same social media content we do for us, right? We'll do for you. Yeah, there's hundreds of different posts you can copy and train. 50% off anything the lighting trade school does. Monthly marketing coaching done by Call Sell, Michael Gregory.
Nice.
You get our full tech stack, which is like Company Cam, Loom, Canva. You get Google Workspace, emails. We try to make it like so ridiculously overvalued that it really is way cheaper doing it through Glow Geeks than it would be to do all these things individually on your own.
Hmm. And so under this, just for example, under this Glow Geeks line, so to speak, do you offer all these same services or are there particular services that are included that you include for this?
So that can depend on the licensee, right, themselves on what they want to offer. But it
Okay.
would be no one has like not done all the different outdoor lighting services that we offer.
Okay. So basically you're
Christmas lights,
saying
permanent
if you
lights.
if someone wants to join your Glow Geeks gang, then they'd be able to have all of the same access to this all those services that you provide.
Correct.
Okay. That's great. That's a lot. That's huge. What a price. Wow. It's a good deal.
Thanks, Stacy.
Yeah. I like it. And then the CEO tier, what does that look like? That's
So the
everything. And
goat,
then
right, is something that's kind of more invite only, right? You have to have some kind of foundation of a business before you start doing that. But that's where we include your jobber and we include the automation behind it. So you get go high level, you get all the different systems and funnels and go high level management that we do. So you're following up with everybody always, whether they
right.
saw whether you quoted them or not. Social media management. So we'll do all the posting for you plus buying the ads for you. We'll do all of your Google ads and all that work as well. We'll do a fractional marketing manager, so you kind of have access to our CMO. And then SEO, we do a lot of SMO, SEO, golly, SEO on your specific web page, and GEO, which is generative engine optimization, which is more that AI engine that's kind of new and coming.
Everyone's talking about that. So if you're in it, you got to start it.
So we're in the middle of trying to position Glow Geeks as the leader in AI, at least for local search.
That's great. Awesome. And we'd mentioned Trans World, so let's just go there real quick. So they updated it this year. They have this new floor plan, which is really cool. So we can go on here and actually digitally we can see where we're going. So if we go
If
over
you're
here
in
to
if you're in the
Christmas,
Facebook chat, comment, right? If you're going to be at Trans World, this is like this week from
here we
leaving
are.
just a day or two.
Yeah, so here's I put a star and a heart next to yours.
Thanks.
So you guys are right here, and then I'm right here. There's me. Put a
All
star and a
right.
heart next to mine. So we're right across this hub from each other. We can like throw airplanes at each other.
Nice.
So do you have a class you're doing here then you said?
So part of the Red Savage table,
Mm-hmm.
if I got that right, a Josh thing. I know I'm going to be in that. I think Captain Matt is going to be in that as well. I think Captain Matt is speaking on something as well, and I can't remember. I'd have to look at the notes. I just got an email on it. I don't know if they wanted me to speak on a specific subject or just be part of a round table.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure that
didn't
what's
figure that
happening
out,
at the
but
Installers Hub is all throughout the entire show, there's going to be different roundtables and speakers coming through on this main booth where people can collaborate together, which is super fun. I believe that you're part of this one from what I heard and the rumors are. So if somebody's watching, you guys are coming to Transworld, make sure you're coming to this Installers Hub and checking it out. While you're there, check out his booth and then all these booths around it. So there's going to be a lot of people all, it's going to be the installers little place to hang out right there for sure. And then I know that I'm speaking on Thursday. This is my class Thursday at 10:15 with Stephanie. We're talking about luxury Christmas experiences, designing resorts and destinations. And Stephanie's with Holiday Joy Buy, and it's an amazing it's gonna be an amazing presentation because it's some pretty cool stuff that she does for resorts and building those long-term relationships with high-end properties are really important to do. So that's
I want to go
us.
to that one.
Yeah. There's actually, what'd you say?
I said, I'm going to go to that one. I want to
Yay.
learn how to do more of that.
There's a lot of classes happening Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's the entire light series as well. Which is happening Thursday through Saturday. There's just a lot of things. If someone's coming to Transworld and they haven't registered for any of these classes, definitely register for some classes. If someone's watching and they want to know where they should go and what classes they should take, they should just call me or message me. I'll be available. I'm available to talk about that because it's overwhelming. There's a lot of different things happening at once. So sometimes if you need a little direction, we're here to help with that, definitely get you to where you need to go. Because besides all these amazing booths and all these different vendors to talk to, there's all the classes. So it's going to be super fun. Okay, let's see. Glow Geeks Gang, there's that site. Um, to talk a second about Red Sleigh Workshop. So for us, for Red Sleigh Workshop, I'm not sure if you know this, Shane, that we have training right here in San Antonio that happens. One happened in February, and then we train right here in Shirts, Texas. It's
Yep.
2 day
Kathy told me. Yeah.
intensive training for commercial Christmas. And then we have another one coming up in May. So it's May 7th and 8th out here in San Antonio area. Shirts is outside of San Antonio. It's like a little side town. So if people are flying into San Antonio, it's only like a 20-minute drive to where we're at. But that was really fun. The training we had in February. We try to keep them really small because we want to keep it high value for the folks that are there. And we go through things like commercial prospecting, pricing projects, just basic commercial Christmas, but also advanced. It's like basic and advanced at the same time because we have to talk about, are you even ready to become a commercial Christmas installer? It's a whole different mindset when you're in the commercial Christmas industry than with residential. And people try to do it. Like you said that were able to do it the first year you were thrown in to doing a commercial project, or year two, right? Year two is
Year
when
two,
you did
yeah,
yours.
we got the lead and went and quoted it. And I know I was quoting against seven-figure Christmas businesses, and we,
Mm-hmm.
didn't have much of a shot. But we won it anyway. So
Right. So I really like to help installers in their local area become like really in tune with what they're doing in their area. Like you got your area down, you know your clients in your area, but a lot of people have never gone outside of their residential scene to go get into the commercial. So we teach them about that, how to build the industry around them. And we have openings for our one-on-one consultations as well through Red Sleigh Workshop. You can go to our website and check that out. So Shane, I want to pivot back to some questions for you because I know that we have people interested in knowing more about your company. What if anyone's watching, drop a question in there. I think that we had some people asking some stuff, but I'm not monitoring it now, so who knows. But do what do you think that you had talked about what they should be doing, the first couple things to do when they want to get into making more money in their current industry, and then we talked about how they can work with you directly, but like what about their like what would you say they would need to do like in with their team, how would you recommend they build their team?
well, okay, so that's a good question. So this is starting from zero. or is this starting you already have a team that you want to convert?
Yes, you already have a team you want to convert into, say they want to convert into a company, like they want to join your Glow Geeks gang, right? And they've been doing really well. Like they have say they're doing $500,000 in say Christmas lights, like Christmas
Hmm.
lighting, and they want to add landscape and add permanent lighting and all that to their industry, to their business. And they say, okay, we'll go with Shane's program. Like, how, what would you say they need to do with their team?
So, I
What
mean,
levels do they have to have for that?
that's like the perfect scenario, right? If you already have that many clients, you've got staff, you've got trucks, you've got marketing, like you already know what you're doing if you got to $500,000 in Christmas
Mm-hmm.
lights. So if someone, even if you're 200,000 in Christmas lights, like you still have that basic infrastructure. So we would just want you to throw gas on that. So
Okay.
get one guy, right? Like that one top guy, and let's start teaching him kind of the way of installing, whether it's permanent lights or landscape lights. But if you got that one guy that can kind of be like the GM of that division, start incenting him, get him trained, and then it's just a matter of going to all your clients, literally just picking up the phone and calling them, hey, we're doing your Christmas lights for the last 3 years. If you guys are interested in not renting them anymore, have you seen those permanent roofline lights? Like super amazing. Like, would you like a quote? We can come out, give you a free demonstration. That would be like super easy. And that same slightly tweaked for landscape lights.
Right.
Hey, I noticed we always do your Christmas lights, and it's always like super bright and awesome. And then we take them down, and it's all dark
And
and
sad.
lame, right? So,
So
here's what
lame.
we could do. We can come out and do a glow show since you're a Christmas customer. The $500 fee of this is waived. Like, we're just going to come set up lights, show you what it looks like. You just come up with whatever your sales pitch is for that and get him to do jobs right away. We say, like, if you did 10 jobs, and we call it at cost jobs, right? Just do it in your slower season at cost. At cost can mean something different to everybody. It can mean directly at cost or building your overhead. Just give a discounted price so that way your customers like have the expectation that you're kind of learning along the way because you are. It's paid training. And then once you kind of have your guys starting to do that, they start learning how to do the install. They start learning how to do upstalls. You start putting yard signs for permanent roof line lights or landscape lights. Start taking pictures, you start kind of creating a buzz online, and then you just kind of take off and run with it. So to get
That's
trained, that's
great.
what we suggest.
Get trained. Okay, that's ultimately the goal. Get trained. I think that makes sense. So you take your top guys that you're already doing a great job for you in your initial business. You get them trained in the next level of what you're going to, whether it's a permanent lighting, landscape lighting, or outdoor lighting, or whatever you're doing. And then you just move them forward and then create that the next people behind them as you hire, right? So that makes perfect sense.
That is
So
exactly. It's always easy to
mhm,
put a passenger seat guy in and train him quickly, but you, like your driver seat guy that,
mhm.
he's going to know everything and kind of build it with you, lock arms and take care of it. That's where we have Gavin, and we've made Gavin a partner just because he's just amazing, right? Gavin he can sell, he understands the design now because he's been to all these classes with me. He can teach it. People can call him and ask him how to install. Like he's in it every day, and he's just invaluable on that operation side for us now.
That's great. That's awesome. So he's now a partner in your business, and that just makes it even more incentivized for him to continue to grow the business, which is
Yep.
amazing.
Every year he gets another little piece that he sticks around. So I want to incent him to stick around forever. Or eventually, maybe we'll open up a Glow Geeks Austin or have like an extra Glow Geeks location, corporate location owned that
Hmm.
he would run.
So is your goal with Glow Geeks Gang to have secured um, like franchises around the country? I mean, just
Yep, it
do you have
is.
like
So right now, our near term goal is to get to 20 guys that I could just pour into and help them get to $500,000 to $1 million in landscape lights.
okay,
Someone that I can just serve and give them everything I know, and then we would scale that out to 50 to 100 licensees all over. Like those first 20, right? They're going to get more and more of my time because I can't give my time to 50 or 100 guys like I can to 20 guys. We want to find those
Not
core
yet. We got to
20.
duplicate you. We're going to duplicate you. We'll figure that out.
Right. That's what I'm really
Technology's working
gathering.
hard. It's working at it.
And then as we
AI can
scale,
do it.
right, prices are going to go up and
Mhm.
we'll be more systematized and we'll, continue to add more value along the way. But that is the idea as far as that. Plus, we want to open up corporate-owned locations. We have an investor who's willing to put a couple 100,000 into each location that we open. So we're looking at doing that in Q2 or Q3 this year. Start looking at where we might want to open up a second location. And we'll
That's
hire
great.
and train someone from scratch in that location.
That's amazing. So I'm really excited about all the things you're doing. I think it's such a great segue from where you started with what you're doing with your Christmas lights, then into landscape lighting, and now doing this and helping all these other people. I think that that service heart that you have is such a beautiful thing to see, right? It's amazing. And knowing
Appreciate
that
it.
once when you serve
I know
other
you
people
have
that
that
you're
too. So yeah,
that you'll receive, right? It'll come
isn't
back.
it the old Zig Ziglar quote, right? If you help enough people get what you want, you'll get what. If you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want.
There you go. There's that quote of the day, guys. We're gonna clip that one, put that back on YouTube. We got that. um, so definitely check out Shane's website, glowgeeksgang.com. If you're coming to Transworld, don't miss out at coming by his booth. And everyone that's over there in their little installer hub area is going to be super fun. Shane, we're going to wrap it up, but what advice do you have to installers? Let's say someone's watching today that that really wants to get into this. What advice would you give them?
So, I mean, whether you want it right to be a glow geek or you want to do it on your own, whatever the case may be, right? Like, you don't have to do it through Glow Geeks. Just reach out and ask questions. Plug in somewhere. There's plenty of good Facebook groups out there. Lots of people willing to help. Someone new in the business. Even through the lighting trade school, we have a thing that's just $47 a month, and we do an hour call every single week. And you have a resource vault like ridiculously cheap, 47 bucks. It's like even doing something little like that just to start getting your toe wet, right? Just to start kind of learning. Joining Facebook groups is the simplest, easiest way, right? There's always good information in those groups.
Do you have a group that you manage or your Glow Geeks folks
So we
manage?
do. We have an Illuminati Lounge group.
Okay.
There's, I don't know, 800 or so folks in there. And there's some other like bigger ones, right, that I still like participate into that have 5 to 10,000 folks in there.
Okay, great. So they should just poke around on Facebook and look for
Poke around, go to the
landscape
Illuminati
lighting,
Lounge. Like we put good
Illuminati Lounge.
info in
Okay.
there as well. So yeah, join that one first, right?
Of course.
But don't just stop at one, right? There's good value from multiple groups there.
Okay, and let's just do this because am I love showing people as we're live what we're doing here. So I'm gonna go and I found Captain Matt's site. Let me see here. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show our viewers here. So I looked up a little Illuminati Lounge. I can't say it. And I found this. Here we go. Here we are. Look at this. There's one. So come in, join this one. I guess this is the one you want to join first.
Yep, that's
Okay.
exactly it.
There it is. And look at there they are. This is the Illuminator. This is Shane Glow Shane. Wait, what do they call you?
Well, if you ask Captain Matt, he calls me Glow Daddy Duffy. Uh,
Glow Daddy Duffy right there. And then Captain Matt. They're all here. That's great. If you're interested in what I'm doing at Red Sleigh Workshop, you can go to my page. We are here, but we also have a commercial Christmas network. We have Commercial Christmas Installers Network. This page is growing. And if you're interested in being part of this network, this is a free page, free network to meet with other people who are looking to grow in the commercial side of Christmas. That's what I'm interested in mainly. So that's going to be what we're doing here. I love to help people get involved with folks like you at the Illuminati Lounge because once they get really successful, Illuminati Lounge, go back here. Um, in what they're doing, then they want to come to me and talk about commercial. It makes me happy. we can move them up that level, right? So definitely check this out. Check out his page, and feel free to check out ours. And
There's
if you,
actually, well,
go
you
ahead.
just had on that page. It just you happened to show that post. That was a glow show that we just recently did. That was one of those $20,000 jobs we're starting.
Oh wait, hold me. Go back. Glow show. We want a live. We want a glow show live and in person. This one.
So if right there, right, so we posted just kind of what it looks like when we put on this glow show, goes from absolute pitch black to right like an amazing backyard. We made these custom little fire flicker lamps, that are part of the low voltage lighting job. Super badass, thinking out of the box. Customers absolutely love that. That's before.
Ooh, look at that one. Wow. Yeah, it's such a big difference. Oh, wait, the before is a video too, right? Wait, let's see. No, it's just a picture.
Right.
You can't see anything. It's
Yeah,
dark.
that's how dark it is.
Before it's dark. Okay, that's so amazing right there. That's great. All right. So awesome. Well, I just really appreciate you coming on. I'm really glad that we're able to connect. I'm looking forward to seeing you this week at Trans World, and also meeting with all of the folks that are coming out there. And I'm just really happy that you're here. And let me see if I have anything.
See you in a couple days.
Yeah, exactly. So, for everyone watching, please stop by his booth if you're coming to Transworld. If not, just get involved online, go to their website, check them out. You know how to reach us at redslayworkshop.com. And thank you again, Shane, for joining us, and everyone watching. Thank you for watching our replay. If you enjoyed our conversation, please like and comment and share and all the things that we say to do. And, I'm looking forward to seeing how this season goes in this Christmas industry. It's been a wild one so far, so we'll see. And thank you again, Shane, for being here. And we'll see you soon.
Later, Stace.
Okay, bye. Stop live. There we go.